Good afternoon and welcome to another vlog. We've got 1 week left of learning before we take a well-earned break for the Easter holidays. Last week was a great week we had in the school. All our seniors continued with their learning with their subject teachers, and our first to third year young people, although it was a bit wet, managed to get out and do some outdoor learning, and I'm sure you saw the photographs on our social media sites. It was just great, and they were also given a number of inputs from the heads of house and continued to work on the Dunoon project that we had introduced. And just a reminder about that, young people should submit any work for the Dunoon project to me via email, as on the description that was put out on the brief, the project brief. So get your work to me before Thursday, that'd be great, and then we will pass on to the Dunoon project for judging. Also this week, just to let you know, we're interviewing for our Teacher of English post. We're interviewing on Tuesday, so hopefully I'll be able to give you an update on that in the next vlog. I hope you enjoy listening to all the information that we're going to share with you, and again you'll see the timestamps down the side. So this week we're speaking about our full return after the Easter holidays. We're speaking about our alternative certification model, our Easter school, both for our senior phase and our broad general education. Again, we want to emphasise the support for young people and parents as we come to our full return. A little bit about our senior phase options, our Primary 7 transition newsletter that was issued this week, and finally an update from the Learning Centre. I hope you enjoy listening to everything. So the Scottish Government have announced that young people will be having a full return on the 19th of April. Now that will be absolutely confirmed on the 6th of April once the Scottish Government and the COVID recovery group have met to ensure that social distancing is being removed to allow all young people to come back into the school. So we are planning for a full return as of the 19th of April. A letter will be issued at the beginning of this week to all parents and carers with more information about that full return. But we are desperate to have all our young people back into the school building. When you come back as part of the full return, we will revert back to our previous timetable, where we will be having staggered breaks and lunches. So S1 to S3 will have a different break and lunch from our S4 to S6 young people, and that allows us to ensure that the canteen and the forum area is not overcrowded with young people, to ensure that we're given plenty of space for them to get their lunch and sit with their friends, etc. So we will be using the forum and for lunch and breaks, and as I said, we will be following our previous timetable for before the Christmas break. But more information will be issued out in the letter that will be sent to parents via expressions and email. We'll put it on our social media sites, and I would hope to have that out by end of play on Monday.
Hi, it's Mr. Gallagher here. I hope you're all well. On Friday of last week, we hosted a number of year group assemblies with S4, S5 and S6. The main focus of the assemblies was alternative certification model, which has been brought in by the SQA to replace the usual diet of formal exams which would take place in the summer term. We explained the ACM to the young people during the assemblies, and also our approach of using assessment windows to help our young people generate the evidence that will be used to make the provisional results judgments. Differ slightly from last year. Last year it was largely based on teacher judgment. This year those judgments need to be backed up with demonstrated attainment evidence produced by the young people, and that evidence will be subject to local and national moderation, which I'll explain in a further SQA update which we will release later this week. If you've got any questions at all related to the ACM, please do not hesitate to get in touch. The assemblies were recorded, and the recording has been put on the Google Classrooms for each year group. So if you would want to have a watch at that will give you a detailed insight into the ACM and our windows approach. Our first window, assessment window, will take place immediately after the Easter holidays, and it's a first opportunity for our young people to generate that evidence. At the forefront of our planning for the ACM was make sure that young people did have sufficient opportunities to generate evidence that can be used to produce the provisional result, but also getting a balance with pupil workloads and the challenge of assessments and the stress and anxiety that could bring. So we're hopeful the plan that we have in place will get the balance right between those two aspects and give our young people every opportunity to generate that much needed evidence that shows their full potential within their subjects. To help our young people prepare for assessments as part of the ACM, we are running a comprehensive Easter school opportunity for our young people. That was the schedule was published within the SQ update of last week, and it'll be included once again in the update that will be issued later this week. Sessions will be a combination of in-school sessions and online sessions. The in-school sessions would need to adhere to the physical distancing, and some departments have decided to move the provision online. Each department has a register for the young people to sign up, and it will be explained to them the mechanic for the delivery, be it in school or online. That information will be shared by individual subject teachers with our young people. Our friends at eSchool are also offering a substantial online Easter school opportunity for our young people. They have over 60 courses available throughout the 2 weeks Easter holiday that our young people can register for in advance on the eSchool website, and those sessions will be hosted within Microsoft Teams within Glow. The sessions will be delivered by experienced teachers and partners of eSchool. Well over 12,000 young people have already signed up for the evening study support, and we would encourage your child to have a look at the provision and to attend those sessions where possible. The sessions have great review and feedback from those that are already attending, an average of 4.31 out of 5 for the sessions. So we strongly encourage young people to have a look, to register and to attend the sessions to supplement the provision that we ourselves are offering during the Easter holidays. We're also delighted to be offering Easter school opportunities for our S1 to S3 pupils. An exciting programme has been put in place, mainly of outdoor learning opportunities, working with a range of partners. It'll include opportunities for kayaking, for walking, for mountain biking, for a host of different outdoor activities, but also some indoor activities too, such as art and crafts. The schedule will be made available early this week, and the process to sign up for these sessions will also be shared at that time. So a fantastic opportunity for our S1s and S3s to continue with some exciting learning experiences during the Easter holidays. And again, we strongly encourage that you have a look and sign your children up for these opportunities.
Hi, it's Kirsty Campbell here, one of the deputies at Dunoon Grammar School. I've been speaking over the last few weeks about support available for pupils when they return to school. This support will continue to be available for them as we return after the Easter holidays. That support is also available for parents and carers, and your first point of contact is your child's head of house or their year head, and all of the email addresses are available on the school website. Our Parent Council have also organised a session with Brian Costello looking at how to support your children following COVID. This session has been recorded and will be available soon on our school website. The Parent Council are also available to contact should you have any questions or concerns, and they can take that forward with David, the head teacher. Thank you. Mr. Shearer is currently putting the finishing touches to the additional assessment calendar for any young people requiring additional support with their assessments during assessment window 1. This will be communicated to any young people individually next week, and we will also be sending that out to parents and carers, so all young people will be aware of where they are going to be for their assessments and what additional support will be in place.
The options form for next year's S5, S6 pupils will be published next week. We have worked hard to bolster the range of opportunities to our young people. for next year. We held a session a couple of weeks ago. We invited our local community and business community to a session where we explored the potential growth industries locally, nationally and globally, where the jobs will exist in the future. And we identified a number of gaps within our current provision, which we have now filled with new provision, working with partners such as Argyll College, Duke Edinburgh and other schools across the Northern Alliance. The Northern Alliance is 8 local authorities, including Argyll and Bute, who work closely together to support each other with learning and teaching. So we're really excited about the range of subjects that we have available for our young people to study next academic year. If you would like to discuss options with your head of house, and if you would like to involve your parent and carer in those discussions, please do not hesitate to contact your head of house to organise that. They'd be more than happy to have that discussion with you.
Hi there, I am going to speak to you again about P7 transition. The newsletter, the 4th edition of the newsletter, was sent to primary schools yesterday, and I know that they'll be sending them out to you today and over the course of the start of next week. In the newsletter there's information containing a link to the Dunoon Grammar School handbook. There's some comments in the newsletter from our current S1s which will be of interest to both parents and carers as well as young people, and there's also information about our third parental information evening, which will take place week beginning the 26th of April, and it's on the theme of support, and there's a wee advert with regard to that as well coming out. If you haven't already joined the Dunoon Grammar School P7 Transition Facebook page, there is a Facebook page that is dedicated purely to transition for this session. It is a closed Facebook page, so you have to request to join it, and I will accept your request once we receive it. But it is very much a private, confidential space where I'm sharing information with regard to transition, and parents and carers are able to ask questions as well and engage with ourselves up here at the grammar school. So please don't hesitate to have a wee look for that page, and if you're not too sure where the page is on Facebook, don't hesitate to get in touch with me and I'll be more than happy to send you the link to it. I just also want to share with parents and carers that again, as I said last week, that our Google Classroom is back up and running for young people. Myself and Mrs Campbell have been posting on there. However, we know it's a little bit different this time. Our primary 7s are back in class, so they're maybe not able to engage with it, or maybe not wanting to engage with it once they get home from a long day at school. But it is there, and it's not only for young people, it can also be a platform for parents and carers to kind of ask questions as well through their young person. So it's just to make you aware that that's back up and running, and I've been posting wee comments and asking some of our young people some questions as well, just to kind of get the conversation flowing again. As I said, the third round of parental information evenings take place after the Easter holidays week beginning 26th, and the theme of that is support. So you will learn about the role of our heads of house, or when I was at school they were called guidance teachers. They are still called guidance teachers, but we mainly refer to them as heads of house. You'll learn a little bit about the role of the principal teacher support here at the grammar school, the role of my colleague Kirsty Campbell, who is the deputy head teacher with the remit for support, as well as what partners we have engaging at Dunoon Grammar School to support our young people's health and well-being as well. And we all work very, very closely together with each child at the centre of anything that we're doing, to make sure that they feel safe, happy and they're achieving here at Dunoon Grammar School. I think that's it for now. I know young people and parents and carers will be anxious about finding out when young people can actually visit the physical building. We are due to have a further update from the Scottish Government next week, in fact the week after next, I think it is the 6th of April. And then I imagine colleagues from across Argyll and Bute will come together to discuss transition and how it's going to work in each cluster. So please, please don't worry, I know that you'll be anxious about finding that out. The minute we can have young people into the building, we will start to arrange tours and visits up to the school. It may well be that it's after school hours, but we will put something in place. And we have been continuing our talks with regard to what a potential transition week would look like if we're able to get our young people up into the building in June time. So that's just a wee recap of everything transition. I hope everyone has a lovely Easter holiday.
We welcomed back as well our Learning Centre pupils, and it was lovely to see them in the building. Mr Stewart, Miss Samuel and all the support staff did a great job during lockdown, supporting all our young people in the Learning Centre, running Google Meets, having one-to-one Google Meets with the young people, etc. But you know what? The best thing was seeing them coming back into the building, and during that time the pupils have been working on outdoor learning. They've been out in the garden, they've been doing some litter picks, they've been doing lots and lots of different activities. Our senior pupils have also been working towards gaining some SQA qualifications and ensuring that their work has been completed so that they can gain those qualifications. So it's been great having them back in. We're also now able to announce that the Learning Centre will be getting a polytunnel, and it's been erected during the Easter holidays. So after the Easter holidays they will be able to get into the polytunnel and start growing some vegetables. So keep a look out. We will be selling those vegetables to raise some funds for some Learning Centre activities. But you're going to hear a little bit about the Learning Centre's experience from some young people. So now we're joined by Christopher Campbell and Mr Mack, and Christopher is delighted to be back at school, but I'm going to ask him who he missed the most at Dunoon Grammar School while he was home learning. So Christopher, who did you miss the most?
The most.
Who did you miss the most? Did you miss Mr Mack the most?
Mr. Mack the most.
Did you?
Thank you.
And are you glad to be back at school?
Glad to be back in school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Back next week.
Next week.
Good. And we'll see you soon, Christopher.
See you soon.
Bye. You waving to everyone?
Say bye.
Bye.
So we're joined by Alice, Cody and Kenzie, who have come back to school to the Learning Centre, and I'm going to ask them a few questions about their online learning and how happy they are to be back at school. So Cody, can you tell me, how did you find online learning?
Well, at the start, I found online learning a bit tough, but as it progressed, it was relatively easy to do, like keep track and all that. And I'm excited to come back to school because I get to see my friends again.
Good. What about you, Alice?
Hard, just all of it hard, and I like being back at school. Like seeing you guys like face to face, I like that better than being at home all the time.
Good, and we like seeing you back at school too. And Kenzie, what about yourself?
At first it was kind of hard, but then I got used to it, and like I'm looking forward to come back to school to do the learning. It's good.
Good, and did you miss Mr Stewart and Miss Samuels?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're delighted to be back to see them too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good. Right, well, thanks for joining us, and we will see you again next week.
Yeah.
Bye. We had a question this week regarding communication, and we've tried extremely hard throughout this pandemic since last March, over the last year, to keep parents and carers up to date with all of the news that is coming from Dunoon Grammar School. I released a daily video last March just to keep parents updated. We've released weekly updates. We've been trying to send messages out via expressions and email, and we're now reintroduced our weekly vlog. So we're trying really hard to keep parents and carers updated with all the information. Unfortunately, sometimes the information does come out a wee bit later because things are changing on a day-to-day basis. But as soon as we've confirmed all of our arrangements, we do try and get them out to parents and carers and our young people to ensure that you're aware of our arrangements. So apologies if there has been any issues regarding the communication, but we'll continue to do our utmost to ensure that parents and carers and young people are informed of the progress and news and arrangements that Dunoon Grammar School have as part of our phased return. So that brings this week's vlog to an end. We have one more vlog before the Easter break. So I hope, again, you've taken a lot of information from what you've heard. Again, if there is anything at all that you want to ask or you have concerns about, please contact the relevant year head, the guidance teacher or myself, and all our email addresses are on the website. You saw some of the email addresses as some of the senior leaders were speaking there today. So please contact us. It's an open invitation, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you again at the end of this week.